I'm not going to, do anything. But yeah, you look at a game like that, and we certainly got back in the game, and it looked like we were taking control of the game. There in the fourth quarter, there was one point in time where we were outshooting them by 10, 11 shots, and we just the ball wasn't dropping for us. We were making some poor shot selections. Matt Vince is he's one of the best goalies in the NLL, and we know there's certain places where you need to shoot on Matt to score goals, and we weren't sharp enough shooting. On the offensive end. On the defensive end, we worked really hard 5-on-5. We worked really hard 5-on-5. B. Miller and our 5-on-5 D gave us an opportunity to win that lacrosse game. They snuck behind us 3 or 4 times. Notwithstanding that last goal, the game's over. But 3 or 4 goals, they went right down the side, down the middle, and that's just not how you can win lacrosse games in this league. Yes,
Coach. Staying on the defense, Paul Dawson really played very well tonight, very physical in the defensive zone. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we talk about playing aggressive under control, tough lacrosse and smart lacrosse. He did a real nice job. He was getting the ball up the floor. He was running the ball up the floor. And what's really, really good too is you want the defensive players to take the ball up the floor. We also want them to make the right decision. When they cross center. And he made every decision he made with that ball tonight was bang on. He played very, very well. Yes.
Coach, in your home opener, you lost a big game to Rochester, and this was a little bit tighter of a game. This is going into maybe like a third game plan. Do you feel like you'll have their number then, like a positive?
Well, from a game plan standpoint, yeah. We have their number as far as what to do and how to do it, but it's just the execution is falls short. We talked a lot about stopping their transition. So one of the tactics is working the shot clock, getting the bench side offensive player off, so you can get your defensive on and meet them at center and stop that transition. Kevin Crowley worked hard at that, where he would cut off the boards. Ned Crowdy did that also. Mike Homenuk, but we do understand what they do. They really move the ball well. They throw a lot of hard picks and a lot of hard seals, and we talked about this after last game. Is they swing the ball very clever, and as that defender is coming up to get the swing, they're bumping. They're always bumping, and they're always bumping. Hence, they get open. They turn our defenders' hips, and they get open for a split second. The ball's in their stick, and they get a quality shot. Anybody else? Yes.
Coach, the first game of the year you played Rochester, 22 goals. You pulled Brandon Miller after the third quarter. Halfway through the third quarter. He played extremely well tonight. Brandon
Miller has been at the top of his game. He has given us an opportunity to win every game. The games we won, Brandon Miller played great. Brandon Miller gave us an opportunity to win in Edmonton last week, and he gave us an opportunity to win this evening. He is right now at the top of his game. Unfortunately, his goals against seem a little high, 12 and change, but that's because we've let him down on occasion, and he's been bombarded.
Speak some more on the progression of Kevin Crowley. He had a pretty good game tonight.
Kevin is getting open. He's getting some mid-range shots, and when he is seeing the net, he's picking those top corners. He's scoring low. He's scoring high. He's mixing up his shots, and that's important. Plus, he's working hard on loose balls, and he's cutting off the boards and going back and playing defense, and he's playing man down. He's logging a lot of minutes. That kid, and he's the best rookie in the NLL right now. There's no doubt about that. Yes.
A lot of shots right in the gut of Vince tonight. Can you talk about the shot selection a little bit?
Yeah, we need to shoot either along the hips. We talked like a lot about that, right down the pipe. If you notice with Matt's stance, he comes up and he'll drop. If we fake, boom, up high. But shooting low and shooting, trying to get the ball through the 5-hole, and just, you have to shoot in this game where you can't see. You can't see that corner. with your eyes, but you know, your mind's eye can see it and the head of your stick can't. So you have to aim up there. And you know, Hamanuk hit him in the chest a few times. You know, the Med hit him in the chest. We hit him in the chest, I think. Probably if I look at the shot selection and where it played out, I think we hit him in the chest probably, you know, 20 to 25% of the time. We hit him. He didn't have to make the save. We hit him probably 20 to 25% of the time. Yep.
How much of that is mental once, you know, as for the players, you know, once they go through a stretch of not being able to score, and then, you know, they squeezing the stick a little tighter with and causing bad shots, or? Well,
they start, what we tend to do is we tend to take, in some cases, too long to shoot. Okay, so their defense settles, and then they're allowed to get in our arms and in our stick. And sometimes we shoot too quickly, you know, and good teams slow down the clock when they need to in order to take those good shots. So we either, it seems right now, we're either rushing a shot or we're shooting too late. You know, we just can't get that, you know, you turn the corner and you got to shoot. You turn the corner, you got to be able to pass. So I think our offense right now is we're forcing shots rather than letting the shots come to you. When shots come to you, you work hard, you run your systems, your principles, and all of a sudden you get a good shot. You know it's a good shot. All of a sudden you see lots of space, and that's the time you go to the goal. And we force that, and that's giving us some problems right now. Yes, sir.
What was your biggest factor in losing tonight? Would it be the goalie play, defensive, the defense couldn't stop their attack, or was it the offense's inability to match the opposition?
Well, you know, it's a combination of both ends. You know, we let them score 3 or 4 easy goals after working really hard, and we need to score 3 or 4 easy goals. So you stop their 3 or 4, and you score those 3 or 4, and that's a different ball game. Like I said earlier, we outshot them 10, 11 shots at one point. I'm sure the statistics, we did well on face-offs. We did well on ground balls. You know, we talked at the beginning of the year, and we talked about in our locker room about our collective intelligence. You know, everybody has to be collectively intelligent in situations. I mean, there was times where we slid to double when we didn't have to slide to double. You know, we have to trust our defender that's covering the ball, that he can contain him and make that player take a poor shot. That's what we have to trust. We're turning his back, and then someone's sliding when we don't have to. They have clever sticks. They flip the ball. They got an open shot. Yes.
So you guys had a couple quick goals out of the half. Kind of looked pretty good for you guys. Looked like you were taking momentum. Was there something specific that happened from there that you think kind of turned the game in their favor?
Yeah, a couple easy goals. Okay, you know, easy goals that shouldn't happen. After working hard, the D stops. We go down to the D. We give them, you know, credit for, you know, making the stop. B. Miller makes, you know, great saves. You know, the difference between what was happening, you know, they were getting multiple possessions too, which we don't seem to get as much. You know, we'll get 1 shot, maybe 2, and then. But when we do well, when we start scoring those goals, we dominate. We get multiple possessions. We dominate the corner. We get the ball. We swing it. I think that's what happens. You know, they're just flat goals that you go, wow, how did that happen? And then you tend to get flat after that rather than go, let's go. You know, let's go. Our intensity goes down. We play better when we play with the drive to win. We play better when we're determined, and we play better when we're aggressive. I mean, aggressive everywhere. Aggressive getting off the floor. Aggressive with picks and seals.
Anybody else? One more question for Johnny? Going once?
Yes.
Yeah, touching on your aggressive point, it seems to be like an off and on switch type thing. Some games you're on, some games you're off. As a coach, how do you work that in? Certain games, like tonight, you really weren't on, but certain games you are on. Is that something, you can't coach that, so how do you deal with that?
Well, you know, there's you know, consistency, right, that are in-game consistencies and cross-game consistencies. You know, we're at the point where our cross-game isn't consistent and our in-game isn't as consistent. I think, you know, what we try and do is obviously, you know, we have to have you know, the mental toughness. Like, you know, our players are, you know, the best lacrosse players in the world. You know, they love the game. You know, they are excellent lacrosse players. They love to play the game. And that's how you get consistency, is by loving the game and loving every shift and really, really enjoying it. I think that at the end of the day, the positives are, I don't want to beat our guys up here. You know, our positives are, Toronto lost. They won the championship last year, okay? They're 4-4. Washington beat them. Okay. They're 4-4. We're 4-4. That lacrosse club's 4-5. You know, it's a real pack, right? It's a pack. And you can't take a shift off. You know, you can't, you know, we had an opportunity with that 5-minute penalty. We should have banged in 3 goals error. You know, so those opportunities. So, you know, it's tough. It's a tough, you know, division. Every game's a playoff game. That's a playoff game.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.